GMajor.
No. Created by G.
Created by G.
Or created by G.
Shit, man, you got me feeling like I need to change my Insta name too, bro.
Henry, what's up, H?
HD, baby.
HD. HD, baby.
All puns intended. Let's tell the viewers about the couple of lessons we learned this week. Yeah.
You see us sitting at a new spot as always.
Yeah. New venue. New location. Where we at?
Today we are in Braam. We're at the Wing Republic, guys.
Wing Republic, Braamfontein.
I wish I could eat meat right now, bro. Those wings look good.
Those wings were amazing.
They look good. Like our table's empty now. We were still waiting for drinks from our waitress. Yeah. Come through.
Come check it out. Dope prices on the Long Islands again.
I'm back on my gin.
He's back on his gin. Guys, come really check it out. Dope spot. Shout out to Tompo.
What a dope guy.
Yeah.
Yo, what a really dope guy.
Shout
Thanks,
out.
Tompo, man.
Yeah. How we end up here is kind of the lessons we picked up on this week. What's lesson number 1 for the week?
Look at the calendar.
Correct. And why, Gabriel?
Because, guys, you know it.
I was asked.
Yeah.
And the question was, so who's your guest this Friday on the next episode? I'm like, I don't know. It's just still me and Gabe because it's Feb. I was very quickly told that Friday's the 1st of March, which is today. Today is the 1st of March.
Hence the calendar.
And hence no guest right now. So
hence no guest.
Lesson number 1.
Because we didn't plan for it. The calendar kind of took us by surprise, which it shouldn't have, because the calendar is the same.
Shoot in Feb, we thought it's coming out in Feb. It's this damn month of love that threw us off. 28 days for what?
Month of
threw
love
us
for
off.
what?
It was supposed to be 31st of February.
So yeah, guys, so there's no guest.
Yeah,
but
so
we'll make up first.
Yeah, and we weren't lying, guys. We do have guests lined up. Leading into lesson number 2, venue.
That's another big one.
Yeah.
Guys, we didn't have our ducks in a row for this week in terms of venues. We usually do, funny enough.
Yeah,
but this week
well in advance too.
I think this week we became very oblivious and we took it for granted. Yeah. But here we are. We actually found a dope venue.
Very dope spot.
But we also found some really cool venues on our search for a venue. So some really cool stuff coming out in March, you know?
I look forward to some of the venues we went to today where we got to go ahead to shoot. So
dope.
When we have our guests on, we got some amazing spots that we're going to shoot in. Some downtown Joburg, not far from where we are, in the Malvern precinct, Newtown.
Some in Braam.
We did a bit of work today.
We actually work, guys.
Yeah.
Like the show doesn't just happen like, you know, poof, clap your hands and nah. We actually have to do some work behind the scenes. And we learned a lot of lessons, but I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
It was a good education.
Learning curve, yeah, for us as well. Yeah. So hopefully, you know, if you guys are out there doing this as well.
You know what? Now we're talking about venues. If you guys know some really dope venues,
Black owned. Yeah.
Hit us up in the comments and we'll go visit them. As simple as that.
Yeah, sure.
It can be in the hood, it can be in Pretoria, it can be
anywhere in the country.
Hit us up. How big are you on movies, bro?
I watch them. They play at 8 o'clock. Or is it 8:30 now on a Sunday?
I don't do internet, bro. I'm on Netflix now.
Ooh.
So I get my movies on Fridays.
Fiber in the burbs.
I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I download a lot of movies.
You got a lot of time on your hands, bro.
I make the time to have a lot of time on my hands.
So it's something you really enjoy then?
I do.
So it's a thing for you
but
to sit
also,
down and watch movies and make time to watch movies. You had like some stupid figure that you mentioned at some point, like on last year.
156 movies.
Is that like an actual figure?
It's an actual figure in my heart. No, I actually checked it.
So I don't know what's more psycho.
It's about 300 gigs worth of movies last year.
The fact that you actually know that, or the fact that you actually watch that many movies?
I'll watch them back to back on like a Friday night when I know Saturdays I'm not really doing much. So I don't do it during the week when I've got work and deadlines and stuff.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just want to switch off and not worry about editing, not worry about shooting, and just say, yo, me, popcorn, my screen, my little speaker.
And a little swipe left, swipe right?
No.
A Alone? Lone Ranger things? You watch movies alone? Do you go to the movies alone? Like, I've always found that a very weird concept. Like, I know a couple of people who be like, yo, what are you doing? Where you at? They're like, no, I'm at the cinema, I'm at Sturkinoko, whatever. I'm about to watch a movie. I'm like, oh, dope, man. Who you with? Like, no.
By myself.
One man time. I don't get it, bro. Can you do it?
With
I can't do it.
with movies, I can't.
Yeah?
Eating out, I can. That's easy. Movies is an experience I want to share with somebody.
Okay.
At the cinema.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it, but clearly, you know, if it's for you.
There are people who do it, and guys, if you do it, good for you.
Yeah. So let's get into the Oscars.
The reason why I asked, it's actually the Oscars.
Yeah.
You know, on Monday night, let's call it Tuesday morning.
Yeah, so this week still?
This week, yeah.
Guys, you're going to have to excuse me on this whole Oscar story. First of all, and not Pistorius, but on the Oscars as a whole. First of all, I'm really bad with actors, actresses, names, and who they are.
Yeah.
You really have to dig deep in order to get me to pull a name out, you know. I'm that guy. Like, I like Nicolas Cage.
You old school.
Yeah. Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp and Nicolas Cage are my favorite actors. I'd give them awards every day. This is one of those subjects like the Grammy. Why the fuck are we still doing this? And when is it gonna stop? So at what point
This is gonna stop.
it has to. Do you think 19, 20-year-old kids care about the Oscars?
They care that they can get it on their phone and stream it wherever they are.
Yeah, so
That's who they are. They're the Netflix generation.
So why are we still pushing this entire validation thing through awards?
Because I still think that the Netflixes and the Hulus of the world haven't pushed through enough yet. And they're getting there.
Okay, but then so you're saying that the award system or society, but if you're saying that those guys aren't in as yet, are you saying that there's going to be a new generation of awards? Because that's where it has to go.
Let's take it back a step.
Yeah.
I see it happening like how music has changed in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
The way we consume music now, dude, we used to go to music and buy CDs.
Yeah.
Or rip CDs.
Yeah.
But there had to be a physical disc.
Yeah. Or you download it and burn a CD.
Burn a CD.
Yeah.
That changed into MP3s and USBs.
Yeah.
Now you stream, like you put a whole album on your phone.
Yeah.
You can play it anywhere, anytime.
Or you just have access to
stream
it.
it.
Yeah. I mean, if you have like things like Spotify, Apple TV, Apple Music,
Google Play Music,
yeah.
all the services.
Yeah.
But you also have the offline mode.
Yeah.
And I think that's how movies are going to and the whole.
But how then will that evolution happen? So you're saying that the recognition and awarding system will still be there.
I think it will fall away eventually.
But then how will we validate our actors and actresses?
Us, the viewers.
So based on actual
sales,
viewing, stream.
I think the Grammys, the Oscars, the BAFTAs, the SAFTAs, BET,
dude, like
all of these things are gonna fall away eventually.
I think it's cool for us as South Africans at the moment because it's putting us on the map. And people are kind of getting to know who we are. So how will people get validated? That's my question.
Do they need validation?
Yes, of course they do.
Your work should be validation enough.
Clear level of needing validation. First award we're going to talk about right now, Spike Lee. Why the fuck did he jump onto Samuel L. Jackson?
Because he got validated.
Yeah, he got validated after 30 years of not getting an award. So what would I have done if I was Spike Lee? I would have walked on that stage and said 30 years too damn late and left the award on the table and walked out. Because why am I, as Spike Lee, still allowing to be controlled?
So you think he's been controlled?
Yeah, for fuck's sakes, yes. Why was he so happy?
Because he still wanted that Oscar.
Why? Yeah, Spike, that was childish, bro.
So he played himself.
That's my opinion. You played yourself. You sold yourself out. You were great, and you kind of just dropped a little to that point over there.
I don't want to dive too deep into it. I just want to point to actors that I really love right now.
Yeah.
As you said, I'm from the old school. I'm a John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, that era.
Leave Johnny Depp out, dude. Johnny Depp. It's like
even Leo DiCaprio, dude. Leo's wild, bro. Matt Damon,
Bruce Willis.
Oh, jeez. We haven't even touched a black guy.
And these are all dog.
I mean,
that's crazy, bro.
So I grew up with those guys, but there's a new generation of actors that's coming up now that I'm really loving.
Yeah.
For me, Rami Malek, my god, bro. He did Bohemian Rhapsody.
Did he win in a? He won.
He won, and I think he deserved it.
You won an Oscar?
You won an Oscar for it?
Okay.
For I think best male performance.
Whoa, that's big.
Dude, but what he did to portray Freddie Mercury, bro.
Okay, yeah, that's
huge.
I fucks with Freddie Mercury.
He's one of the best musicians of our time.
Deserved award?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Without a doubt. And then Mahershala Ali.
Okay. I saw a lot of posts with him earlier in the week.
Let me confirm. Rami Malek, best actor.
Whoa.
Huge.
Massive.
Huge. Mahershala Ali, best supporting actor winner. Will he ever win the best actor award?
Some people are just meant to be best supporting, bro. You realize that, right? You can't have everybody on the podium, bro.
You can't.
It's like a backup singer. There's some backup singers who are amazing and have some of the best voices I've ever heard, but
they'll never be in front of.
They'll never be front.
The main center.
Yeah. So I mean,
which is understandable. I think
that's cool. So that's probably why that award is still there, or it exists. Dude, just
big one.
Let me see this. So,
Lady Gaga, bro.
What?
She won a Grammy and an Oscar.
Shit.
When was the last time somebody actually?
Is she going for the trifecta? What's the trifecta?
The Golden Globes. Golden Globes are Emmy.
It's Emmy.
But is she on TV?
She could be. She could start something tomorrow.
That is Gaga after all.
Oh. You know what I found dope, and it's a moment that I've seen that's just kind of spreading like wildfire, was my boy Trevor.
As a young boy in Wakanda, I would see King T'Challa flying over our village, and he would remind me of a great Xhosa phrase, Abelungu abayazi bandiaqoka, which means in times like these we are stronger when we fight together than when we try to fight apart.
That was such a
You know what, Trevor?
Well done, boys. Let's see if we can go cover one.
What are your views on awards? I mean,
let's get a crowdfunding and go to the Oscars next year. Cover the Oscars.
And just starting a crowdfund
and just talk about how shit the Oscars are. So we'll be
two niggas at the Oscars. I'm kidding. GMajor at the Oscars next year, 2020. Crowdfunding it. We'll set up links and we'll start that shit right now. Let's do it.
For real?
For real. I want to finish off. I think we touched on quite a lot in the month of love, right?
Yeah.
We spoke about dating apps and hooking up. So what happens after Bufebe, you know?
Because that's love too, bro.
It's a type of love.
Yeah.
We discussed sex, but very subtly last week. Yeah, about sizes and perception, bush versus clean shaven. So we touched on it. Here's my thing. What happens now? You guys have met on Tinder. It's a great relationship. You worked out. You've done the things and practiced making babies.
Fat and sit, papa.
Fat and sit, right?
That's what you do, bro. I say fat and sit.
And then, now you guys want to take it to the next level.
What is the next level?
That's what I want to ask. What is the next level? Do you guys get married? And in marriage, what does it entail? Because I've been having a lot of debates and a lot of talks with a couple of friends lately.
Yeah.
Especially females, funny enough.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Who've been saying, like, they don't want to do the whole white wedding thing anymore.
Because it's white.
I think there's 3 schools of thought in this area.
Okay. Quick question. What did we do in Africa before white weddings?
That's exactly where I'm going with it.
But you see, so society will tell a girl, and mostly it's the girl.
It's a girl, because it's her dream to get into the white dress. And it's her dream.
I know dudes who look forward to that day as well, so you can't kind of shut it off. But at the end of the day, society teaches us that you want the fairy tale wedding, you want to walk down the aisle with your dad or a male figure in your family, and meet you, and do that and spend $500,000 to $1 million rand on all of that. But is that realistic? Is that necessary? Does it define being married?
What defines being married? That's another question we need to think about.
That's an easy answer, bro. Home affairs.
It's a 70-rand certificate, bro. You get a marriage officer, they sign that shit, you're out in 30 minutes.
That's it. The only thing that kind of defines marriage, and the thing is, it's going to be different for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Other people don't want all of that. I know people who've just literally gone to Home Affairs, the two of them with their 1 or 2 witnesses, signed documents, exchanged rings, and they're happy as fuck, bro.
Then there's the opposite side of the spectrum where the guys that spend the $500,000 rand, they don't even make it a year into their a marriage and they're divorced because there's money problems, because they're stressed. Where do we draw the line?
We live in such a crazy space, you know, and that's why, you know, when I was joking when I said that whole fat and sit, in reality,
It's a thing.
that's what people are doing. People are just, it's cohabiting.
Cohabitate.
So people move in and then just never move out.
and then they never get married. It's a civil marriage.
Yeah, I want to dig into what that actually means.
Yeah.
Let's use you as an example. You swipe right. Everything's all good. A year down the road, Han moves in with you. You guys are in a relationship. 3 years down the line, you guys are in an even better relationship. You live together. You're
Everything's
cohabiting.
working,
Everything's working. Where's the line? So where are you guys now in a common law relationship?
That's it, you're still dating. According to the law, you have to be cohabitated. I think it's 5 years for it to be deemed as a civil marriage.
Dog, there's like theories that it's like 6 months or something like that.
No, bro, it's a while.
Okay, so you're gonna get the actual numbers and put it
I'll
here.
put the numbers. I might be mistaken.
Yeah.
But we'll get the actual common
And
law
define it.
figure. Yeah.
You think it's fair?
It's tricky.
So what does it mean? So does it mean that like if you guys are in a common law wed or
You get the same rights, bro.
so does that mean she can take half or you have to pay maintenance or stuff like
If
that?
she moves out, if you guys break up, let's say if I die in this scenario that
Yeah,
we create,
yeah.
she get control of the estate.
Yo,
Yeah, bro.
For real?
Unless I have a will that will overwrite that. Cohabitating makes it a lot more difficult to prove stuff. That's what I would rather say. If you want to do this right, let's go to home affair or let's have a traditional wedding.
oh,
A wedding.
first ask her to marry you, bro. Like what if she doesn't even want to be married? Like
But we would have been at that point already.
says who?
Okay,
People
fine.
can be in like 10-year relationships and not be ready to get married yet. Why?
That is rough, man. 10-year relationship.
I think you guys are literally like brainwashed by Beyonce.
No, I don't have a timeline set. I'm not gonna say, yeah, you need to marry me in 2 years or 3 years. No, I'll wait through that shit, bro.
And you're out of it.
And I'm out of it because it brings in a lot of.
What do they call you guys? Return soldiers. What do you think?
If it works for the couple, whatever works.
But I think that should be everything. Nobody should like you know when you go home, you get the uncles and the grandmoms
And the aunts. Onyalaning.
Like I'm sure yeah.
Onyalaning.
Onyalaning. Hey.
Linyalaning.
I'm sure you're getting the kid one now.
I've been having the kid one. Guys, can we stop, as a society, can we stop asking those fucking up questions? Like, it's funny. People start dating, the first question is, when are you guys getting engaged? They get engaged, when are you getting married? When they get married, when are you having kids? When you're the first one, when's the second one coming? Oh, when you buying a bigger house? It's none of your damn business!
There's no formula, bro. I think it goes back to a society thing of the pressures that, you know, our parents and their expectations. With them, it was a meet someone, or it was go to school, go to university,
Get a
graduate, get a job,
Meet somebody,
get married,
kids.
fall pregnant, have kids,
Build a house.
retire. It was like
It was sick.
it was sick,
It was
you know?
like, it was a...
But the problem is that now they keep trying to reinforce that in a generation that doesn't even understand that.
Guys,
They don't know what vibing is, bro. We don't even know what vibing is.
we in between. We're the in-between generation.
We don't even get what vibing is.
What I'm saying is, as a couple, I think have that conversation.
Yeah.
Where do you want us, like, I would sit down and say, where do you want us to go? Do you want us to self-fat and sit? Do you want us to get married? Do you want to get married? I think that's a very good question to ask somebody.
Yeah.
So that you know what you're getting yourself into.
Dude, you may be going out there and planning the most elaborate proposal, and
She's just
like on some he or she even.
He
She's
or
just like on
she.
some nah, bro.
we can go to Home Affairs right now.
Yeah.
that's
Or
it.
even that.
Or fat and sit.
Let's just live together for the rest of our lives, and that's cool.
And that's cool. And we can have children and it'll be our children and that's cool.
But the problem is the generation above ours is the one that's gonna now start asking the question of how now you guys are having a baby, Alisonyari,
Kandigi.
you know?
Yeah.
Or Al Natombo, there's no respect. All of it,
And
like
that's the thing with our parents' generation, is that they want things done in a certain chronological order.
yeah. Well, not my mom. My mom's super new age, bro.
My mom has become new age in like the past 10 years.
I think you forced her.
I did. Because I'm a fucking rebel. our parents, we need to also sit them down and say, Mom, Dad, with all due respect,
Yeah, straight up.
This is not how I'm going to do it.
Have the conversation upwards, Don't always just accept what's being
don't just
given
talk lateral,
to
yeah.
you and taken. It's like our education system. The world we live in changes so
Oh,
much.
man.
For us to accept what education is today is bullshit. We have to move with the times. I think that even marriage will eventually die off, bro. Because what is the point of it? Our kids may not even think that's a thing.
They think cohabiting is the thing and they'll do it. Fat and opposite will be their thing, and it's okay. I think it's okay. I have zero problems with it. It's just make sure that everybody involved is happy and on the same page. That's all. Communication. What are you doing, bro? Like, this nigga out here to...
What's your opinion on relationships, man? Where do relationships go? What's the evolution of a relationship? Or should we even be thinking about defining these things? Like, is it important to define it? With you in the dating scene, right? From your point of view, like when you meet a girl, when you start getting to know somebody, is there a point where you feel you need to define what you guys are?
Yeah.
So you have to say like we're girlfriend and boyfriend?
Not girlfriend. Like, I just want to know that.
Or we're dating, or
we together. I'm your man, you're my girl.
But what does that mean? Does that mean mutually exclusive?
Mutually exclusive. Like,
so that's what you would go for.
That's
because other people don't want that.
Other people have those polyamorous relationships.
Oh, is that the word?
That's the word.
You found it.
Polyamorous, right? Where you have multiple partners in a relationship. People have that.
Okay.
And that's fine. That's I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'd like to have one.
You love love, bro.
I love love.
Look at that smile.
I really want to be mutually exclusive and know that I'm going home to one person. I'm going to see one person. That person and I understand each other. She understands my lifestyle. I understand her lifestyle and my schedule. You know what I mean?
So you're relationship bound.
I like to.
Basically.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
I want to be.
Nothing's wrong with that. I mean, we both have boys who are never going to be that. They're those type of guys who if you threw them up now and there's a little breeze, gone.
And then when they land and there's another breeze, just
back that way, you know?
And that's fine. I mean, do you, but just be safe.
Yeah.
That's all we ever ask for, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we can never tell you what to do, but for me, exclusivity is key.
Love one another, respect one another, be real.
Be yourself, be authentic.
And I think even more than that, bro, like just be open. Because if you guys, communication, bro, like I think the downfall of majority of relationships, aside from getting into it too fast and not knowing each other, is the lack of communication. If you're not talking about things, if you're not having open communications and conversations, it's always going to end up
actually opening your mouth and saying I don't like A, B, and C, or on the opposite side is saying I'm proud of you, well done on doing A, B, and C. That goes a very long way in any relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
H touched on something very important as well. Get to know each other on a seriously dope.
Before you take the next steps, man. At the end of the day, it's a commitment, and don't do it for the other person. Do it for you.
Do it for you.
At the end of the day, you want to be happy. You want to grow into, you know, something that I guess you want to see move into, you know, longevity or the next level or move on. And whether that's marriage for you or not, you know,
whatever it is.
What are your thoughts on lobola, bro?
I think it depends how it's used. I think there's two schools of practice.
I think it doesn't matter, bro. You know why?
Tell me, what are your thoughts?
So my thoughts are, it's obviously a tradition that's been passed down in the culture that you've been brought up. It's a tradition in very many different cultures. We have in Africa, in Asia, in India, in China.
India's a big thing,
those things are big, except they do it kind of the other way around there. The cultural part of it, I think, is important because initially what it was the coming together of two families.
And that's what traditional weddings
and that's exactly, and that's what it was. Lobola was pretty much to facilitate that process and make it happen. So I get what you're saying in the sense of how people spend it, but also if you don't care about what happens after it and you just care about you're doing what's culturally correct and acceptable, then you just leave it there and you move on. It's almost like a rite of passage. It's like circumcision, you know, into manhood. It's like in some exactly and things like that. So that's what it is. You're not going to get upset at how they use the foreskin and get upset about that. Yeah, sometimes it can get out of hand and families can be extremely demanding and try to enrich themselves out of the money they get out of it.
But don't use lobola to build that extra room in your house.
Why not?
But why? Is it necessary to do that?
They can, in my opinion, do whatever they want with the money they get.
Okay, but do you think there's a price limit to lobola?
No. It's an affordability thing, yes, but affordability and price are way two different things.
Yeah.
So if you can afford R500,000 rand for lobola, then by all means do it.
Here's my question. Let's say you're just starting out in a job, you guys are in love, you want to get married, then the parents come to you and say, we want 75,000 rand
that you don't have. They also have to be realistic, because then they're expecting you guys to go into debt, which then causes relationship problems, which then causes. So where you guys gonna live? You spend 75,000 you don't have on top of your student loans and on top of everything else, and starting up life, and then you must still get somewhere to live. And now all of a sudden you guys are fighting every night because there's no money. But I
we compromise.
Exactly. So when families come together, that I feel that needs to be a discussion. I feel and in this case, because we pay lobola for the women need to be involved with that conversation to make their families understand what the actual situation is.
I think that's the right way of doing it. Do the females actually sit down with their families?
I don't know.
You know, and I think that's a good thing. Like, guys, if you are in the process of getting married, or you're in the process of getting lobola, let us know what was did you speak to your parents? As females, did you speak to your parents and tell them what it is that you expect?
Forget that. Did you as the guy speak to your girl and say, yo man, listen,
this is how much I can afford.
This is the situation right now. If your lobola is 50 or 100 or 200,000, we can't do this.
Which is a fair conversation to have.
Because I can't afford it. And that's the reality.
I love you and I want to be with you, but I can't afford it.
Exactly. So I think that needs to be taken into account. And we get the cultural things, we get the process, we get all of that. I mean, you know, there's a website that does all of this stuff.
There was an app.
There was even an app that does that.
And it will ask you if she educated, how many kids,
and it calculates the price.
And I think that it was a dope concept, but realistically it doesn't work because there's so many other factors that go into calculating the price of the lobola. I've been there, you know.
But also you're tagging someone based on stuff.
Can lobola be the coming together of two families?
So I've heard of families that after the lobola process is done and after you finish doing the traditional wedding, the families give back the money to the married couple for them to start off their life.
That's where I was going with it. We're maturing and married. That's what I want to do for them. You know, I want to take the lobola.
So you're hoping to have daughters then?
I actually want a daughter, but I would take whatever lobola we ask for them. And then either open a college fund for their kids, or put it back into a house.
So giving back to them, allowing them to grow,
help them start their life.
I think that's dope, and I think that if more people could start doing that, it would make it, you know, sort of
it would make lobola come back to what it used to be. Because bringing together the family.
Exactly. And actually being something, or being a foundation to growing that family, because that's something that you can go back to and say, okay, you know what, this was done for us.
But to close this off, I think, in my humble opinion,
your opinion is never humble.
Wow.
In his asshole opinion,
I think white weddings are played out for us black people. To be honest, like straight up honest. If you want to do a white wedding, do it by all means. But for me personally, that's not the route I want to take. Be happy, love each other.
But even then, like, why traditional? Why white?
It's called a
just
wedding.
Have a wedding.
Whatever you choose.
Have one. Save money. Have one wedding.
Guys,
and it's okay if you like the concept of the white wedding. Just call it your wedding.
It's your wedding.
You know.
Let's stop separating the two. Because
that's my thing.
You are getting married.
Also, some of us don't have like 15 days to dedicate to your wedding.
Shit, man, guys, stop with the 3-week weddings, man. Jesus.
Yo, it's expensive.
And now you have to get hair and nails and makeup, and then you must get the traditional outfit and still get the other outfit. No, guys, it's expensive, man. Think about your future rather than the one-day's event.
But if you can afford it,
do it.
Do you.
On that bombshell,
I think we can we not talk about love and relationships for the rest of the year?
No more love for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to you guys 1 month of love, so we entertained
We
actually did, dude. And you know we weren't going to entertain this shit.
But we did. Yes. Even though we did Black Valentine, we entertained your motherfuckers, right? But anyway, we still love you guys.
Peace out.
Subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share, comment. Hit us up on the socials.
Comment, guys. Comment about everything.
Let us know what you think. We really need that feedback. Guys, Twitter.